Hey guys, what is going on today? Bojo here, back again to do another Team of the Year predictions video, where today we are going to be doing the Young Guns Team of the Year. So we've already had the Community Team of the Year and the Defensive Team of the Year come out, which means that it's going to be a little bit easier to pick the Young Guns Team of the Year, but we also have certain criteria that we are going to be focusing in on for the Young Guns Team of the Year. So when I say certain criteria to look at the Young Guns, in previous years, EA has always done like either the 23 and under Team of the Year or specifically like the Rookie Team of the Year. For the Young Guns Team of the Year, we're only going to be looking at players who are specifically still on their ELCs or their entry-level contracts for their NHL teams. This makes it a little bit easier to pick the Young Guns because these guys are still on their entry-level deals, and we don't have to specifically look at certain rookies who may be like 26 or 27 years old, era Artemi Panarin and previous years. So let's start our list off from the Vancouver Canucks. Brock Boeser, 29 goals, 26 assists, 455 points on the year, only 62 games played. Obviously, he's going to, I believe, miss the rest of the regular season due to that injury. And honestly, imagine both a healthy Brock Boeser and a healthy Bo Horvat for pretty much the entire year, and I believe Brock Boeser might be competing for that Calder Trophy. Might be a little bit closer than it is now, but still. Even with the shortened games, Boeser is a stud. Canucks fans should be very, very excited for him in the future. Obviously, they're going to build around him and Bo Horvat, and hopefully that top draft pick choice that the Canucks get, as well as Jonathan Dahlen. Maybe look at Rasmus Dahlen. We'll have both. For right now, even with the missed games, I still think Brock Boeser, his early season stats will help him get onto the Young Guns Team of the Year. So speaking of the Calder Trophy, I think we should definitely see Matthew Barzal on the Young Guns Team of the Year. The guy who I pretty much think it's almost a shoo-in now that Matthew Barzal will win the Calder Trophy this year. 20 goals, 56 assists, 76 points on the New York Islanders, who are probably going to miss the playoffs at this point, but still, Barzal and John Tavares were an absolute machine this year. 76 points for Barzal. Like I said, he's a front runner, pretty sure will win the Calder Trophy this year, and Islanders fans should be very, very excited about him, and Bruins fans should be pissed because they passed on him not once, not twice, but 3 times did they pass on a guy like Matthew Barzal. So yeah, he'll be on the Team of the Year for sure, no questions asked, and he'll win the Calder Trophy at the end of the year as well. Alright, so next up we're going to move to those Toronto Maple Leafs, and I believe Mitch Marner will find his way onto the Team of the Year. He's not going to be the only Leaf to join him on the Team of the Year, but with Austin Matthews out for that little bit of time due to the injury, Mitch Marner pretty much has had a very, very solid year. 20 goals, 44 assists, 464 points on the year. He's been shuffled up and down the lineup, but he has remained very, very consistent this year. Once again, he was on the Young Guns Team of the Year last year. I think either him or Nylander, or maybe even both of them were on there. I don't remember off the top of my head, but I definitely think Mitch Marner has a chance to make it onto the Young Guns Team of the Year. It's a little bit of a stretch, but I certainly think so. He leads the Maple Leafs in points right now. Austin Matthews, without question, would be leading that team if he was, if he was playing all those games and wasn't out with the injury. But still, I think Mitch Marner has had a very, very consistent year, and I think he probably should go on the Young Guns Team of the Year. All right, next up, I have Connor McDavid. Now, a lot of people may be thinking that he should probably be on Offensive Team of the Year, but due to a certain YouTuber on Twitter, Cole kind of convinced me that Connor McDavid will make the Young Guns Team of the Year. Now, last year you could actually be on multiple Team of the Year, so Connor McDavid, I believe, ended up showing on both the Young Guns and the Offensive Team of the Year. They're not doing that this year, so if I had to choose one, I guess Connor McDavid should go onto the Young Guns Team of the Year because technically he is still on his entry-level contract. I mean, whatever Team of the Year he decides to show up, either offensive or Young Guns, it's going to be a 99 overall card with pretty much like 99 overall stats everywhere. 99 points for Connor McDavid this year, leading the NHL in points. I said it before in the Offensive Team of the Year predictions, I'll say it again. If you don't think that Connor McDavid can carry a team to the playoffs, even though the Oilers aren't going to be making the playoffs this year, Connor McDavid is a beast. All right, so speaking of those Toronto Maple Leafs, once again, even with that injury, I believe Austin Matthews might have a chance to make Team of the Year for the Young Guns. 29 goals, 23 assists, 52 points in only 55 games. Add up the games that Austin Matthews missed this year, and he would probably be close to a point a game player, roughly maybe around like 70, low 70, high 60s for points, I would think. So if you add up the games he missed, I'm pretty sure Austin Matthews would be close to a point per game player. And you know what? I think they're going to have to really include these injuries and what the possible points these players could have had with those without missing those games due to injury. And you know what? I think Austin Matthews might have a chance to make Team of the Year. Okay, so I didn't pick him for my offensive Team of the Year, so Patrik Laine will definitely earn a spot here in the Young Guns Team of the Year. 43 goals on the year, one behind Ovi. He's still keeping pace with him. I thought Ovi would have an easy ride to get that Rocket Richard trophy, but him and Evgeny Malkin are right on his tail. Laine with 43 goals, 25 assists, 68 points on the year, second in the NHL in goals, obviously right behind Alexander Ovechkin. And this card is going to be pretty nasty without any question. The Jets are going to the playoffs, and I'm very interested to see what kind of player Patrik Laine can be in the playoffs. Hopefully, he'll put up those goals like he has this year. Hopefully, he's not an Ovi in the playoffs, where if he doesn't get that goal scoring touch in the playoffs, it's really going to be tough for the Jets to win. All right, so next up from the Colorado Avalanche, I believe Mikko Rantanen is a shoo-in for the Young Guns Team of the Year. 27 goals, 53 assists for 80 points on the year. The Avs are still trying to keep pace for a playoff spot, I believe. That line of Mikko Rantanen, Nathan MacKinnon, and Gabriel Landeskog has been all but on fire this entire year. 80-point season for Mikko Rantanen. Flyers had a chance to grab him, but you know what? McKinnon has had a resurgence of a year, and I think Mikko Rantanen has definitely silenced his doubters, and he is definitely going to be a proven first-line winger in this league. So next up, we move to the first place Tampa Bay Lightning, and Braden Point should be able to make this Team of the Year as well. 28 goals, 34 assists for 62 points. Obviously, Tampa Bay, best team in the league. Tampa has had a lot of contribution from rookie players this year. Yanni Gourde, Braden Point, just to name a couple of them. So I went with Braden Point because Yanni Gourde's a rookie, but he's not on his entry-level contract. Braden Point is. I believe he's the second-line center there in Tampa. So if it was just rookie Team of the Years, I would go with Yanni Gourde ahead of him. But right now, I'll go with Braden Point. All right, next up from the Carolina Hurricanes, Sebastian Aho should definitely make the Young Guns Team of the Year as well. 26 goals, 36 assists for 62 points. He does lead the Carolina Hurricanes in points. Once again, Hurricanes have not had the greatest at all of seasons, but Sebastian Aho looks to be blooming into that top line forward there in Carolina. I think that you definitely need like that pure goal scorer around him, because Aho definitely knows how to put the puck in the back of the net, but I still think he's more of a playmaker type of player. So Carolina definitely needs to find that sniper for him, but without any doubt, Sebastian Aho should definitely make the Young Guns Team of the Year. So that wraps up all the NHL players on the Young Guns Team of the Year, but I am actually going to make one selection for that fourth line from a league outside of the NHL. If I had to pick one person, I think Elias Pettersson should be making the Young Guns Team of the Year. Obviously, he was playing in the SHL for Vaxio this year. 24 goals, 32 assists, 66 points, and only 44 games played on the season. But the big thing that he did this year was that he broke Peter Forsberg's SHL point record for a player under the age of 21 or under the age of 22, I think it was. So the Canucks once again have a very good prospect there in Elias Pettersson. Canucks are definitely on the way up. Not the following year, but maybe 2 years or down the line, the Canucks are definitely looking like a scary team, both up front and in net as well. They got a guy called Thatcher Demko on the way as well. So I definitely think Elias Pettersson should be making that fourth line pair for the Team of the Year. So next up, we'll move to the defense, and honestly, it was super easy for me to pick the players with the exception of one. I think there's 3 shoo-in players that make the Young Guns Team of the Year for defense without any question. Starting with number 1, Charlie McAvoy from the Boston Bruins. 7 goals, 25 assists for 32 points on the year. 3rd in rookie defenseman for points, and he also ranks 1st for plus-minus with a plus 26. Bruins are going to the playoffs. Charlie McAvoy and Zdeno Chara I mean, you can't ask for a much better mentor than old man Zdeno Chara, and Charlie McAvoy definitely looks like a stud. Obviously, Charlie McAvoy is going to be missing a little bit of time with that MCL sprain. Hopefully, he will be back in time so that he can get some playoff action in with the Boston Bruins. But 59 games played is still more than enough to, I think, have Charlie McAvoy onto this Young Guns Team of the Year. Honestly, because there's not many defensemen that you could choose from in the NHL on entry-level deals, so he's almost a guaranteed. So next up, we'll move to the Tampa Bay Lightning, and what a trade these guys pulled off at the beginning of the season. Mikhail Sergachev, first in the NHL for rookie D-men in points, 9 goals, 29 assists, 38 points. I think the trade-off for Jonathan Drouin and Mikhail Sergachev paid in spades with this team. And to think that Sergachev is just only a small piece of that defense core in Tampa with like Hedman and McDonough, Girardi, Coburn. That defensive core is insane in Tampa, and Sergachev looks to be blooming into a very, very good defenseman for Tampa, and I can't wait to see what kind of defenseman he is going to turn out to be. Hopefully a stud. Alright, so next up I'll move to my very questionable pick here for the Young Guns Team of the Year. I'm only going with this player because he was on an entry-level contract and he had a fairly decent amount of points. I'm going with Noah Hanifin, 9 goals, 21 assists for 30 points on the year. Honestly, I think out of all the other entry-level deals for defensemen, he was kind of the only one who had the most points, so I don't know. It's kind of a stretch, but you know what? I could definitely see Noah Hanifin making the Young Guns Team of the Year. 30 points is not bad for a defenseman of his caliber. Carolina, once again, has a very young defense core, and he seems to be leading the way with that squad, so him and Falk are a very nice pairing together, and I think that he should make the Young Guns Team of the Year because the other options really aren't that impressive. And finally, we'll go to my team, the Philadelphia Flyers, my child, Ivan Provorov. 13 goals, 21 assists, 34 points on the year, an average time on the ice per game of 24 minutes and 11 seconds. That's pretty damn insane. That's up near the top of the NHL of logging of players, of defensemen who just log minutes like Suter and Doughty and Carlson. Ivan Provorov is going to be that Flyer, the next defenseman on this Flyers team that's going to log those minutes. And honestly, I'm very happy with Ivan Provorov's offensive showing this year. A lot of people were worried that he might not be able to show that offensive side to his game, but he definitely has the touch this year. 13 goals, 21 assists. Ghost is still going to be that main offensive defenseman on this team, but Provi is going to be that shutdown defenseman who obviously can add in a scoring touch to the play as well, and I'm very happy he's on my team. Thank you, Ron, for picking him, and he will be on the Young Guns Team of the Year without any doubt. And once again, I'm going to name another player that is going to show up on that third defensive pair for the Young Guns Team of the Year outside of the NHL. So why not go with the expected #1 draft pick for this upcoming draft, Rasmus Dahlin. They added his card into the game for Hockey Ultimate Team, so I honestly think it's an easy pick right here to put him onto the Young Guns Team of the Year. 7 goals, 13 assists, 20 points only, but have you seen highlights of this guy? I mean, it's crazy what he can do with the puck. He is going to be the #1 draft pick without any question. Whatever team ends up getting that first overall pick is going to be very happy that they're going to have potentially a nice young elite to franchise defenseman on their blue line. And then finally, as we move on to the goaltenders here, I'm not really sure what they're going to do with the goaltenders because honestly, there's only one goaltender in the NHL that is on an entry-level deal that has played fairly decently this year, which is UC Saros. Sorry about that, my phone going off. UC Saros is the only goaltender on an ELC contract this year. So I think they're going to go outside the box and definitely pick a younger goaltender to represent the Young Guns Team of the Year. I think that, like I said in previous prediction videos, I still think they're going to save Vasilevsky for the Offensive Team of the Year. So if that's the case, I think that Connor Hellebuyck is going to be on the Young Guns Team of the Year. 39-11-9 record this year, a 2.36 goals against average, 924 save percentage, and 6 shutouts on the year. Like I said, Jets are going to the playoffs. Jets finally found their goaltender. Steve Mason really didn't work out for them, so Connor Hellebuyck stepped up in a big way, and I think that he will be on the Young Guns Team of the Year as well. The Jets finally have their goaltender. So just to name a couple of players who I think might be on the outside looking in on offense, I had Nico Hischier, Travis Konechny, Jake Gensel, Kevin Fiala, Nikolai Ehlers, and Jack Eichel, and Kyle Connor as well. I don't think they're going to put two players from the same team on the forward pairs. I think, once again, I mean, they did it with the defensive team of the year with Bergeron and Marchand, but I don't think they'll do it here for the Young Guns. I'd be very surprised. If there were anybody from the outside looking in who I think could make it, I think Kyle Connor would make it. If they had to choose between Ehlers and Connor, I'd go with Kyle Connor. Jack Eichel might be able to make it, but once again, that injury to him hurts a little bit. If he continues to play well for me, like the next 2 days, maybe they'll change their mind. But Gensel, Konechny, Hischier have had decent years. Nothing too crazy, though, to make it onto the offensive or the Young Guns team of the year. So I have them on the outside looking in. Defense, I really couldn't find anybody on the outside looking in for defense because, like I said, I think those four are pretty easy to pick. Nick Schmaltz as well was on the... Nick Schmaltz announced the DeBrincat as well on the offense. I forgot to mention those two. It was hard to like either put one or both of them on there. So I think DeBrincat might make it if they take out Marner. Maybe put DeBrincat in there, or Matthews put DeBrincat or Schmaltz in there. That might be something that could happen. But, and then nobody for defense, and then outside looking in for goaltenders, I had Soros and Malcolm Subban as well, just in case, because he pretty much like helped Vegas in that very, very rough patch at the beginning of the season. But that's my prediction for Young Guns Team of the Year. It was a little bit more difficult than I thought it was going to pick. Defense was pretty easy to pick. Goaltender, I think, is a little bit easy, and with the exception of some players on the forward lines, I think it was. I think we have what we are going to be seeing on Wednesday. So, thank you guys for watching. Leave in the comments down below what you think of my predictions, and other than that, I'll catch you guys on Wednesday, and hopefully on Thursday when we do a pack opening for these Young Guns Team of the Year. So, thank you guys for watching. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe as always. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.